But let's put the focus on Sterlite Technologies. They posted a strong quarter in the third quarter. Their profits jumping over 80%. Now, the company's order book is also looking quite robust. It's grown over 70%. Let's get some deeper insight into these numbers of the quarter gone by. We're now joined by Anupam Jindal. He's the CFO at Sterlite Technologies. Mr. Jindal, thanks so much for joining in. Very good to have you on the show. You saw a very decent top-line performance in Q3. Consolidated revenue grew 14% year-on-year. Now, this was mainly driven, I understand, by the pickup in the optic fiber business. Could you just take us through what worked for you in the third quarter?
Yeah, thanks, Nivrita. So overall, this quarter has been another chapter in the company's financial performance where based on the global excellent demand from fiber driven by the data explosion which is happening, company has been able to maintain its 100% utilization level of its fiber facility, which is operating at about 30 million annual capacity, and driven by another cable business which we have that is also moving up its utilization. So it's about 70% plus 75% kind of utilization level currently. So this volume driven thing and some firmness in the realization which is also helping the company. So overall, we have delivered the best ever quarter of the company, 836 crore revenue, 14% YOY growth. But more importantly, the EBITDA has been about 200 crore, so 208 crore, a growth of about 44%. And all of that mostly has got filtered down to PAT. So that has come to 90 crore, again delivering a great growth of almost like 83% YOY. So I think driven by the overall product performance and supported by the services and software business, this has been the best quarter.
Right. So I'll just... in fact, you've taken us through the kind of performance you've already seen. I also want to mention your order book because that's grown significantly during the quarter, stands about 4,500 crore now. And, your high margin product segment contributed about 70% to this. What is the outlook that you have in terms of full year FY'18 and the next fiscal?
Yeah, so I think from our perspective, we have given a long-term sort of target that FY'20 will be delivering close to $100 million of profit after tax. And if you look at our historical performance, that has been an indication of how the company has been performing. And we have delivered a growth of 24% CAGR in revenue and 38% in EBITDA and 44% CAGR growth over 5 years in EBIT performance, and that is reflected in our PAT performance as well. So I think from that perspective, FY'18, 19 and even 20 looks quite good. Driven by the overall global position the company has, the order book which we are continuing to improve quarter after quarter. Currently, we stand at about 4,573 crore, which is again all-time high, and mostly it consists of products order book about 3,200 crore, and most of it is from the global market. So these are quite a good sign for us to look at the rest of the current financial year, FY'18, as well as bodes very well for FY'19 as well.
Right, and if we could just talk about capacity utilization for a minute, what is the outlook that you have there? Because, just give us a sense, especially in terms of the optical fiber capacity utilization and your integrated plant project. What are your expectations on that front?
Yeah, so currently we are operating at about 30 million kilometer of capacity, which is fully utilized, almost at 100%. We are working on it. And we are also expanding this capacity. We announced that expansion sometime in April, and we are taking this capacity from 30 million to 50 million. And that capacity is expected to come online by June 2019. So about 15 months from now, 18 months from now, the capacity will be up and running. So we expect that by the time that capacity comes in, we will have enough order book to run that facility at full capacity. And in between also, we might achieve 40 million somewhere close to end of this calendar year 2018, and that way the capacity will be coming in a phased manner, 40 million and 50 million with a gap of about 6 months. And as we achieve 40 million, we will be able to utilize that as well. Apart from that, our fiber cable facility, where we have 15 million per annum kind of capacity, that's also now operating at about 75%. So that is giving us good operating leverage in terms of better utilization.
Right, sir. You spoke about how you expect the next couple of years to continue at this pace. In terms of margins, then, are you really expecting that you will be able to sustain it above these 20% levels? Any factors that you can share that will actually play into this, the margins staying here?
Yeah, so this quarter has been quite phenomenal in terms of margin. We are at about 24% EBITDA margin. But if you look at historically, we have delivered close to 21, 22% kind of EBITDA margin. While the EBITDA percentage depends on the mix of the business from products and the services. But I would say that given our historical performance and outlook for the future, I would say that our EBITDA margin in that range can sustain for next couple of years, at least up to FY20 and beyond that, depending on the mix. We primarily focus on overall absolute EBITDA growth with the quality of earning in terms of ROCE. And our ROCE has also been increasing. We used to operate at about 20-21% till last year. Current year has seen we increasing our ROCE on quarterly basis. On 9-month basis in the current fiscal, we are operating at about 29% ROCE.
All right, so we'll leave it at that. Thank you so much for joining and appreciate you taking the time. That's Sterlite Technologies Chief Financial Officer, Anupam Jindal, giving us a fine print of a strong quarter from this company. A profit jumped over 80%, so that's Sterlite Technologies for you. But with that, it's a wrap on this edition of Trending Today. Thank you so much for watching.